Hi everybody, I'm Oleg Yavorsky, coming from GSC Game World Studio in Kiev, and I'm the PR director for the company and presenting S.T.A.L.K.E.R Clear Sky today. S.T.A.L.K.E.R Clear Sky is indeed the official prequel to S.T.A.L.K.E.R Shadow of Chernobyl we released earlier last year. And for this game we created a whole set of characters, new story, and we wanted to give players an alternative kind of look onto events of the original game. So we'll be playing a year prior to the events of the original game, in year 2011. And we will have a different protagonist, a mercenary stalker called S.T.A.L.K.E.R. We will still see S.T.A.L.K.E.R, who was the main character of the original game. However, in fact, we will have to play against him, and in this way we will see him from a side. We'll give a different look onto S.T.A.L.K.E.R and his doings in the zone. Yeah, on top of this, we will have a lot of other things that have been redesigned, changed, introduced, and generally the game is going to be far closer to the original vision for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. With Clear Sky, we're giving players a number of new locations to explore. So some of the familiar areas that they already know from S.T.A.L.K.E.R Shadow of Chernobyl. However, we redesigned those to match the story, as we are playing a year before the events of the original game, like in year 2011. We basically treat it as a big, sort of pie with Chernobyl power plant in the middle, and there are different slices of that pie that we open up for the players to explore and enjoy. Overall, the environments are going to be more sort of wild and more anomalous. We really want to create this world and present it as not only like radioactive, but also containing a lot of these strange, deadly, anomalous places, weirdly shaped grounds, worlds on the water, and I'm sure players will also notice this difference. The A life itself has become also more profound and more established, and we tried to give it more sense so that the player could understand what's going on and have this world react more to his actions as well. In fact, Clear Sky we created with all those players who already tried S.T.A.L.K.E.R in mind, and we primarily targeted this game to fans of the game, already the established community. So definitely those who tried Shadow of Chernobyl should see this game. And of course, given the number of changes and new things we have in the game, I think it is worthwhile to try the game for all types of players who like shooters and RPG type of games, 3D world environments, realistic simulations. I think this game will be very good for them. In terms of gameplay innovations, Clear Sky stands out with this War of Factions feature. And in fact, this means that we have a number of factions, well, 5 to be exact, that fight for a number of things in that zone. They fight for territories, they fight for resources, and they fight for scientific information and knowledge. And the idea is that they do it pretty much independently of the player. However, the player has a choice to join a faction of his liking and go and help them win this war. In your PDA, the new one, the updated one, we have several new screens which will display the balance of powers in this war of faction with regards to the current situation of the players' faction, so as just the overall situation. So the more of territories are controlled by a faction, the more resources they possess, and the more powerful they are generally. They are able to attract new groups of stalkers into their ranks. They're able to equip them better, give them better weapons, and the player will see if he starts cooperating with the faction, doing missions for them. He will grow in ranks. He will see his allies go like better equipped, do more complex missions. And this is exactly what we wanted to create with this NPC interaction, A-Life kind of environment. Yeah, generally this A-Life system has now got much more sense for the player, and that's our main advancement in terms of gameplay. Well, in terms of, for example, combat AI, we taught characters to do some new cool things, such as throwing grenades, and they do it real smartly, because they can throw not only like in open areas, but also throw them in windows and open rifts, so they're much tougher to fight now. We taught them to skirt around dynamic obstacles, and generally act more efficiently in groups, to use like group intellect, so as those squads the player will be going with, they can also be given a command, so the player can give them a command to start the attack. NPCs, they orientate themselves pretty well on the environments, and they know which areas are kind of safe for them to sort of pass quickly, where they should be silent, crawl. They also know how to assume covers on levels. We added this technology called smart covers, and effectively this means that on a level there is a number of complex geometry things, and NPCs, they know where they could find efficiently hiding. They, before the combat starts, they will also kind of look out from behind the cover, see where the enemy is, choose the best position to start the fight. So we generally made them act more like humans would. And this just gives more sense and immersion for the player, just a nice experience.